Come on in. All right, let's see. I don't know. Welcome, welcome. Having a little technology issue. Let me see if I can fix it. Be right back. Hi, guys. Come on in. Hey, Belle. Hey, Tracy. Trying to get Instagram started. Oh, dear. Let's see if this works. All right, fantastic. Well, hello and good morning, everyone. The beautiful lie. Oh, get cooking. I'm actually going to do a light one today, but thank you. I'm so happy that you're excited for me to cook. Like I said in the description, I am traveling tomorrow, so I'm just going to do my egg fast today. I will start by cooking my eggs and then I'll kind of explain to you all what it is and why I do it. And feel free to pop any questions that you have into the chat. You guys have seen me cook a lot, and I do love eggs. They're a great source of protein. So I'm just making boiled eggs. I know it's boring, but I'm just going to use my little egg pod. I like my construction hat, but this is a little gadget. It just boils eggs in the microwave. You can do this over the stove, but you just start by putting some water into the bottom, and it will cook 4 eggs. So of course I'm using whole eggs. I'm trying to get rid of, all my produce and anything that's perishable. So I'm just placing them into the little holder here. Uh-oh. Then you put it in the microwave. I think 6 minutes for, soft, 7 minutes for medium, and then 8 minutes for hard boiled. I'll go ahead and do the 8 minutes. So you literally just put the top on it. Hey Floyd, hey Peggy, come on in, y'all. Hope everyone is doing well. Happy Thursday. You just clap the little snaps on the egg pod. There's lots of these little things. I don't know where I got this, Amazon, Walmart, but it's a great way to cook eggs in the microwave. So I'm going to go ahead and put it in for 8 minutes. Ah. I see Belle's question. Oh my gosh, I'm so close, like 0.3 pounds, and y'all know I weigh every day. And to be honest with you, that's another reason why I'm doing this egg fast. I am very close to a major milestone, and I'm trying to see if I can get there before my vacation. I fly out in the morning. So unfortunately, not yet, but when I do, boy, will you know about it. Um, all right, so let me introduce myself. I don't know if I did that. I know. That's the thing about weighing yourself every day. But hello, I am Maggie. I am your substitute teacher. And in today's class, we're going to be talking about the egg fast that I do once a week. On my channel, we talk about, healthy recipes for a healthy lifestyle. I am so far down 75 pounds. I've kept it off, and I have at least 25 more to go. I've completely changed the way that I eat by getting tested for food sensitivities, which for me was a cheek swab on the inside and then some hair samples on the outside. And I have a list of foods there on the fridge that I can have and foods that I can't have. Beautiful Lie has a question. All right, so we'll get to your question about the eggs because I'm going to show you. I mean, I'm cooking, I'm microwave cooking, but yeah, you'll see them. So yeah, usually here, I'm showing you guys, the secret to my success, which is really just about having food that's healthy for you that you actually want to eat because I've struggled with weight my entire life. I always just thought I was a big girl, big boned. You guys have heard the story. If anybody's new here, thank you, Peggy. Um, I'm happy to repeat, but I just had kind of given up. I have other accomplishments, so I just thought, I was just going to carry around this weight until in my 40s it started to turn into health problems. I'm 46 now, and so I've been on this journey for, 3 years, and this is just how I eat now, and the weight is kind of coming off as a byproduct. So, Beautiful Lie says, do the eggs come out just as perfectly as a stove top? Ooh, if you were doing deviled eggs for a party, I think so. And I'll show you when they come out and I'll tell you about the process. I'm literally just going to boil some eggs, cut them in half, sprinkle some black sea salt, and that's it. Oh, I am going to eat my strawberries. I do have some sad frozen strawberries, so we'll talk about that. Okay, so specifically for the egg fast, when you do an egg fast, and this is something that my metabolic specialist, thank you. Oh, yes, yes. Thank you guys for the compliments. I appreciate that. If you look on my community tab on YouTube, and I think I posted them on Facebook too, I'm Maggie, the substitute teacher on all platforms, you should be able to see some before and after pictures. Someone was asking me about that this morning, and I'll be honest with you guys, I still struggle with my image. I have been plus size, my whole life. More about that in a minute if you want to hear. And so I do see some improvements, but it's going to be a struggle, for me. Kind of like, I don't know, an alcoholic, but it's like this is something that I'm going to have to keep top of mind. It's not like I just, got pregnant and have the baby weight to lose. This is something that I've carried around. But thank you all for the compliments. Thank you so much. I appreciate that. Um, Egg fast. Okay, so the specifics about the egg fast, and then we'll talk about whatever else you all want to talk about. Um, so, I try to give context. I do weigh every day. This is completely optional. Some people don't weigh until you go to the doctor once a year and you have to have that talk, right? The BMI talk. I've been there. Uh, a couple jobs ago, there was a nutritionist in the office that told me something that, I still do. She said, if you have some type of like phobia about the number on the scale, she recommended weighing every day. Just build a habit of like in the morning, you brush your teeth, you get on the scale, just to kind of get the, shock factor off of what that number is. Because I know for some people, that's a lot. So I started that. I just started weighing every day, even before I was on my journey. Well, I've always tried something, right? Weight Watchers, Nutrisystem. I just weighed every day so that I know how much I weigh. And one of the things that I've noticed, and I track it in my iPhone app, what I was hoping to see once I took this. Thank you, Jess. Oh my gosh, look at all these compliments, you guys. We're here to talk about food, but thank you so much. That means so much to me. I want to represent you all well and represent myself well, so thank you. Sidebar, I do work from home and I'm in Zoom meetings all the time, so even when I'm not on camera with you all, I get up and I put myself together to be, presentable at work. It's kind of something that I learned in etiquette and elegance training, and you just feel better, that way when you step out of your house, you're not like, oh, I hope nobody sees me. That's a whole other topic, but thank you all for the compliments. So what I was hoping for when I started weighing every day and I really started to take this seriously, that the number would just kind of go down, pretty consistently. And what I found out is that is not the case. For me, even when I'm strict on track, and today's the last day of March, I've been able to get my 10 pounds off for this month, which was my goal. So I'm very thankful about that. Now I'm on to the next goal. My weight would kind of plateau and then drop a couple pounds, plateau and then drop, plateau and then drop. And for me, that's incredibly frustrating when you're really eating the way you should. Y'all, we all know when we're having a little bit of this and a little bit of that. And that's why I wanted to take March so seriously, because we know from November to February, there's always some type of celebration: Thanksgiving, Christmas, New Year's, Valentine's Day. And I said, okay, March, there's nothing, so I'm going to be really strict. And it worked. But even when you're strict, sometimes your body just kind of holds on to this weight. So the long-winded version of, I go to see my metabolic specialist once a month. I'm on a program with her. Um, you know, that's what I chose to do. She suggested, why don't you do an egg fast to kind of kickstart your metabolism, to get you back into weight loss mode, if your body's just kind of holding on to the weight. And I said, okay, I'll try it. And an egg fast is one day where you only eat eggs and apples, or you only eat eggs and strawberries. Of course, you can have your coffee, tea, water. I do have my tea. I'm still sipping on this Panera unsweet tea. I put a half a lemon in there and the vanilla skinny syrups, which is a pump sweetener. 0 calories, 0 sugar. So I think you can have 8 or 9 eggs. So if you eat 3 meals a day, 3 eggs per meal, or 2 for breakfast, 3 and 3, however you want to do it. I eat 2 meals per day. So I'm going to eat 4 eggs now and then 2 eggs later, because that's all I have. And then apples, you can have an apple with each meal. Or if you're having strawberries, like I'm going to do, you can have like 8 or 10 strawberries with each meal. So that's all that you eat. You never do it consecutively, back to back. Oh, I think my strawberries went bad. Oh, crap. This is going to be rough if I don't have fruit. Y'all, I stopped grocery shopping because I'm traveling and I'm down to slim pickings. So I'm out of apples. All right, let me wipe down my counter. I'll pick up the story, but I just made a little mess. I'm cleaning up. Again, my brandless granite and stone cleaner. I'm always wiping and cleaning. There's always something going on in the kitchen. All right. I think I have some frozen strawberries, so maybe we'll do that for this afternoon. Ooh, I could really make a yummy sorbet. I think I'll do that. That might be my strawberries. That'll be our afternoon delight. All right, so we'll give these a couple minutes. It just came out of the microwave, and when it's cooking, there's a little hole in the top and it's steaming the eggs in there. So we'll give it a couple minutes because it's still very warm to the touch. But yeah, so I'm gonna do eggs and strawberries, and of course I gotta make it fancy, so I'll do a sorbet. You know what? Good question, Jess. She told me eggs and apples. I will ask for you. Apples came up on my sensitivity list once, and so she said strawberries. I think apples, because apples are filling. They've got that good rough edge. It just gives you protein and the fiber and a little bit of natural sugar so that you're not hungry. But just curious, are you asking because you don't eat apples and strawberries, or you don't have them on hand? But I've heard apples and eggs or strawberries and eggs. Probably you just want a very low sugar fruit. Okay. So yeah, so I weigh myself every day, and anytime I do the egg fast, I weigh myself the day of, like I did this morning, and then the next day, and it usually gets me, moving again, just 1 to 2 pounds, because the way my body works, and since I weigh every day, I know I'm good for a plateau. The other reason I do an egg fast is when I'm going to indulge or splurge. So I'll have an egg fast, like let's say it's Thanksgiving. I'll do an egg fast the Wednesday before. On Thanksgiving, I'll enjoy myself. I'll have whatever just for that day. And then on Friday after, I will do the egg fast again and then go back to regular eating. So never back to back. All right, so we've got our eggs here. I just let them sit for a minute. Gonna take off the little top so you guys can see. Hot, hot. Okay, so we've got our eggs in here. So what you want to do, and why this is a little gadget gizmo, you see it's got this metal compartment. What you do, you're supposed to cool it in water, but I just fill it with water. You put the top back on. Absolutely. And you shake it and it helps crack the shells. Sorry, I got a phone call. I got to do better about this, y'all. I just literally just flip this on when I'm in the kitchen. All right, so let me put some water in here. All right, so we've got water in here with our eggs. And then the top, my little construction hat, also has a metal piece. Again, you can do this on the stove. And then you put this on. It's called the egg pod. And then you just clip the little sides. You can hear there's water in there. And then you just shake it pretty vigorously. I'm getting a little water on the counter. Take the top off. I didn't shake it really hard, but I'm gonna put it back and shake it a little bit more. The more you shake it, the more it breaks up the eggshells. So if you struggle with peeling eggs, I don't have that problem, but apparently someone does. So they made this little gizmo. All right, so I just shook it hard and I'll show you. And I guess if you have a lot to peel, if you can see there, you can see how it's broken up the shells. All right, wipe the water off my counter. I don't even know if I'm gonna plate, y'all. I'm just hungry. All right, so I'm going to be peeling while I'm talking. So yeah, so I'll do the egg fast anytime I feel like I'm on a plateau. But for this month, the month of March, yeah, we're in March. I did it every week, usually on Saturdays or Sundays when, I don't really have to like cook for, the family. I don't just, if the boys are at their dad's, then it's just me. And I don't really have to be around a lot of food. And I just keep myself busy. Am I hungry? Yeah. But am I starving? No. I've had to learn to be okay with a little bit of hunger. So I'll explain that too. So you see my eggs here? I'm just going to rinse off any leftover shell. And I will plate them just because. I was going to get my white plate, but I'm like, white eggs, let's do a black plate. All right, cleaning up, getting my black salt. This works completely fine with table salt, but I have some black volcanic salt from Hawaii, so I'm feeling fancy. All right, so another thing that the nutritionist who told me to eat every day, I just have a black plate and a little paring knife. I'm going to cut my eggs in half and show you how they came out. So another thing that the nutritionist told me is about, let me show you guys. I'm silly. But hopefully you can see. Very well done. And I did the 8 minutes. Hey, Latina. I did the 8 minutes just because I wanted them, well done. Once again, I'm between meetings, so I'm just like, all I'm going to do is boil some eggs. So I'm going to cut all 4 of them in half, sprinkle them with black salt. If I weren't on the egg fast, I would probably top with a little bit of salsa. This makes a great, if you're trying to cut carbs, I do have a recipe for little deli sandwiches using eggs as like your sandwich bread. So imagine in between here, you have like some deli meat, a little pickle, if you can have cucumber, sprinkle with a little like bagel seasoning or sesame seeds. I'm just plating them. That's all I'm doing. But yeah, you can definitely have a great little high protein snack. You could even make it into like a little Lunchable. So Vel has a question. I'm going to come to your question. All right. So I should have some fruit with this, but hopefully you guys can see here. Our eggs are still warm, but they're cooked all the way through, and I just use the egg pod, but any of these little egg cookers will work. I just have a pinch of black Hawaiian salt, completely optional. This will work with table salt or whatever salt you like. Pink Himalayan salt. So that's it. I guess I should take a picture to be consistent. I almost didn't go live. I'm like, I think I don't want to see this, but you never know who's new and who this may help. Okay, so I'm gonna take my sad picture. Um, the hunger scale. One of the other things that the nutritionist told me, like I said, thankfully I work from home, so I can come into the kitchen whenever I need to eat. Um, I know a lot of people have struggled in the pandemic, and I'm very sad about that. But I know for me, the pandemic has been a great reset just because I had, that long commute, long days in the office. And I would just go, dropping off the kids at school, going to activities, just everything. And then I would wait until I was so hungry where I didn't care. Mm, simple, just boiled eggs. Wish I had some strawberries. Mm. I have one more container, but that's okay. I do have some frozen. I'll make a sorbet either way. All right, these look like they may still be okay. We'll see. If you guys were on, I can't remember when I did the last egg fast. I had these frozen strawberries that I just let thaw in the meal prep container with some stevia, I think I sprinkled on. And so if you don't have fresh fruit, that's a great option. So let me take a picture. We'll taste it carefully, and then I'll go back to the hunger scale. So I just have a little glass measuring dish. I'm going to scoop these in here. Fresh is always better. Once stuff thaws out, it just kind of gets runny like that. Maybe a good like pie filling, but in my mind, they're, you know, drizzled, sprayed with whipped cream or something fancy. But, sometimes you just got to get stuff done. So this is what I'm eating. My unsweet tea, my eggs and strawberries. And that's my first meal today. And I eat 2 meals a day. So let me take a picture and then we'll go back to the hunger scale. So one of the things that the nutritionist told me, sorry y'all, just taking multiple pictures, is think of your hunger on a scale from like 0 to 10. Peggy wants to know if there's a vegan version of the fast. You could probably do it with the just eggs, the plant-based eggs. Make it into a scramble with just, butter or oil. You might be able to do that. I would give that a try for sure. Okay, let me taste the strawberry, y'all. I hope they're still good. Frozen strawberries thawed out. The presentation's not great, but right now I just need some natural sugar and some fiber. So let's see. No sir, no ma'am. Eggs it is. Yeah, those have, they were a little tangy, and I am not going to suffer. No. If it's not good, I'm going to tell y'all it's not good. Okay, so I'll get the frozen ones out and I'll do a sorbet. Y'all know here. No sir, no ma'am. Okay, the hunger scale. Sounds like the Hunger Games, right? Y'all already know. They call it cooking and comedy. I am really not trying to be funny. I don't know why I'm not trying to be funny, but no, absolutely not. All right, we'll take care of that later. 0 to 10. The dietitian told me, or nutritionist, whatever, she was excellent. You want to eat between 3 on the scale and stop eating at 8 on the scale. Meaning, if you let yourself get down to like 0, 1, or 2, that's when you're so hungry, you don't care, you'll overeat, you'll eat too fast, you'll eat junk, you just, shove it in because you're famished. How many of us have been there? One of the things that I've learned on my journey is that I have to plan for food when I'm not yet hungry. So the night before, I'm thinking about breakfast. At breakfast, I'm thinking about lunch. At lunch, I'm thinking about dinner. Whether it's just for me or for the family, I'm always thinking ahead. That's just how my mom taught me. You don't, this whole thing, excuse me, like, oh, what are we going to eat? And just open the fridge and staring at it. No. Even on my commute home, when I used to go into the office, I would be scanning in my memory, what ingredients do I have in the fridge, in the pantry? Hey, Val, what ingredients do you have in the fridge and the pantry, and how can you put them together for a quick meal? So I always think about food. I know some people don't, but that's me. So that's why you heard me like, okay, I know I have frozen strawberries in there. We'll make a sorbet for our second egg fast meal. And I'll do the French omelet. French omelet or fried eggs, I don't know. You let me know if you have a preference. So at 3 on the hunger scale, it's kind of when you're like, you know what? I could eat something. I'm feeling kind of hungry. Like I'm not starving, but I'm feeling kind of hungry. And then you want to stop eating at 8. 10 is where what we all do on the holidays, where you've overeaten, you're almost nauseous, and it wasn't even worth it. You kind of feel like, why did I do that? I'm miserable. You don't want to get to 9 or 10. 8, when you're eating, is kind of like, you know what? I'm satisfied. I'm not hungry anymore. That feels good. I think, I'm going to stop. I've even heard someone say, this is not me, but like, sorry to be crass, but when you eat and you take in air, sometimes you burp. But to stop eating when you burp, that's when you're supposed to stop. So anyway, there's always, different ways to kind of think about how to control your portions. Hey, Amethyst, we're just wrapping up here. I'm about to hop on a meeting. All I'm doing is eggs. It was supposed to be eggs and apples. I remember I made those baked apples. I'm like, what happened to my apples? I ate them. Y'all remember those baked apples with the cinnamon brown sugar? Yeah. And then the strawberries were an epic fail. I had some in the fridge, but part of my checklist today is to clean out my fridge, so that helped. So yeah. So anyway, with the egg fast, this probably keeps me about a 4 or 5 on the hunger scale. So I can make it through the day, drink lots of water, tea, my apple cider vinegar, and it gives your body what it needs, but then it helps to get the scale moving for me. So I am doing this today because tomorrow I am traveling. I plan to eat. I am not going to sit here and tell y'all, oh, I'm just going to. No. I have packed some snacks. Yes, I have packed a water bottle, and I have packed. You're so sweet. Amethyst, oh, sweetheart, you're never. In my class, you are fine to multitask. And I'll always be here for you. If you catch me live, that's fine. If not, catch me on the replay. I eat every day, so I try to get you guys a post every day. Last thing, and then I'll wrap it up. So I plan to eat. If we have a long layover at the airport, I do have some beef jerky and a few snacks, but I'm going to eat what they eat where I'm going, and I'm not going to deprive myself on vacation. That's another reason why I wanted to get this 10 pounds off, just to give me a little room. I plan, on holidays, whatever, I give myself like 2 to 3 pounds, weighing myself every day, just to enjoy. There's water weight. You're going to have more sugar and flour and stuff that you don't usually eat, but I'm going to enjoy myself. So last thing, tonight, 7 p.m. to 9 p.m. Eastern, I'm doing an interview. Uncle Stu, the old man on the block, he has a YouTube channel and he has asked to interview me. So I'm excited, a little nervous, but you can catch, I think he's got a little thumbnail up with a picture of me. But I will come back on later today. We'll do 2 more eggs to finish my fast, and I'm going to make a strawberry sorbet. Yeah, because y'all saw. But I'm going to let you go for now, and I'll post when I come back on, and I'm going to finish eating my boiled eggs. So hopefully whoever asked about the deviled eggs, hopefully you can see nice and well done, complete, perfect in my opinion. without the stove. So you can do a whole batch of them. All right. Goodbye, Instagram.